Hello students. So in this video we'll discuss about when a particle is making any arbitrary angle with a magnetic field and enters the field. Now what will be its path or how it will move in that. Okay. So here you see we have taken a uniform magnetic field which is acting along this x-axis, positive x-axis. Along this positive x-axis the magnetic field or uniform magnetic field is acting. Okay. Let's suppose a particle, or you can say charged particle, is moving with the velocity v, okay, which is making an angle theta with the magnetic field b. So we'll see what will be the shape of its path. Now when it is making an angle theta with the field b, so v can be resolved into two components. One of the component will be what? This is v cos theta, and v cos theta is acting parallel to this magnetic field, right? And another component which is perpendicular to this magnetic field, so this will be your v sin theta component. Okay, so we have resolved it. Now here we can write down v cos theta is actually, this is the parallel component of the what? That velocity which is acting along this what? Along the direction of the magnetic field, right? Now this component, since it is acting along the direction of the magnetic field, that means it is acting parallel to the magnetic field. So that means this is not going to, the charged particle in this direction is not going to experience any force. So that means the charged particle will what? Move in a straight line in the same direction of the field due to this component. Okay. So here due to this parallel component, the charge q will move without any deflection. Along the positive x-axis, right? Along the positive x-axis, this charged particle will move, okay, due to the component v cos theta, which is the parallel component of this one. But there is still another component is there which is called as your v sin theta component. The second component is what? V sin theta component, or I can write this is the perpendicular component of this velocity vector. And since this v sin theta component is perpendicular to the magnetic field, this is the direction of the magnetic field, v sin theta is acting at 90 degrees, so it is perpendicular to the field. That means here that charged particle is going to experience a force due to this component. And what will be the force direction? For that we can use this Fleming's left hand rule, right? So in case of Fleming's left hand rule, if I am applying this, so see here what is the direction of this force. So this first finger of your what? Left hand, it is pointing the direction of the magnetic field, right? This is the direction of the magnetic field. Then the central finger points the direction of what? The direction of the current. Current is what? That is the motion of the positive charge particle. That is important. Motion of the positive charge particle. Now v sin theta component is acting towards up. So that means this is what? This is the magnetic field direction. This direction is what? This is the direction of that v sin theta component. That means motion of this positive charge particle. Then this thumb will be pointing the direction of what? The force what it is going to experience. So that means this force will be what? Perpendicular to this magnetic field. And also if you look at now, what is the force experienced by this? That will be QVB sin theta or QVB perpendicular into B. So that means since theta value is 90 degree, and normally formula for force experienced by the charge from the magnetic field is what? This is QVB sin theta, right? This is the thing. What is theta value for this case? This is 90 degrees. So F will be equals to what? QVB, right? But here which V? We are considering that is a perpendicular component. So that's why in place of V I am replacing V perpendicular. Over. Now if I am writing it in vector form, what will write here? This is F will be equals to QV perpendicular cross B. That is what we have to write. And what I said, the force will be always perpendicular to the plane containing V and B. So this is the B's direction, this is B's direction, sorry, that is V perpendicular's direction, then force direction will be perpendicular to that. That means the force will act along this YZ plane. Okay, so which will be perpendicular to B and this V sin theta. Due to that, what will happen here? This charge particle will move like this way. So this is the path the charge particle will move. So its plane will be in YZ plane. Okay, so if I am applying this Fleming's left hand rule also, it will be evident what will be the direction of the force. As I said, this is magnetic field direction, this is the direction of this, velocity vector's direction, or you can say current's direction. Then this force, what I am getting, so that will be the direction of what? That force. That is the force experienced by this charge. So due to that, you can see that the charge is going to get a force, and due to this force, what happens? When it is 90 degree, this charge is forced to move in a circular path. The previous case we have discussed, when that angle between the velocity vector and the magnetic field is 90 degree, that time the charge may move in a circular path. So that means here also it will move in a circular path. And what is the plane of the circular path? It will be lying in the YZ plane, which will be perpendicular to B and even the perpendicular to this V sin theta component, right? So that's why if you look at, so here there are two motions are taking place simultaneously. There is a concurrent motions are there. So simultaneous motions are there. One along the direction of the magnetic field. Okay, so the charged particle is experiencing a concurrent motion, or you can say simultaneous two kind of motion. One motion is due to this V cos theta component. And what is that motion is actually due to this component? It is moving along a straight line, because it is not going to deflected by any force here, because it is not experiencing the force in this direction. So that's why the particle will move without any deflection. But at the same time, due to V sin theta component, which is acting perpendicular to the field, the charged particle is forced to move in a circular path. And what type of circular path? Like this circular path. Okay, so its circular path's plane will lie in this YZ plane, so it will be like this. So that means since two types of motions are there, so the charge will move like this way. Okay, and such type of motion is called as what? This is called as a helical path. This is helical path. The path is called as what? This is helical path. It's moving like a helix, or it is moving in a helical path. That means in helical path, two types of motions are existing here. One, that means the charged particle is moving forward in this direction, and at the simultaneously the charge is also moving in circular path. That means like that, moving, taking a circle, it is going ahead like this in a linear motion. Okay, linear motion and circular motion simultaneously both are taking place. So that means charge is moving in this way. It is going rotating like this way, and even it is going forward. So that type of motion, or that type of path through which this charge is moving, this is called as a helical path. Now for this helical path, there is we'll find out what is the radius of this helical path. So radius of the helical path, R will be equals to what is that? mv by qb. But here V is what? That is this. That is due to this V sin theta component. So that's why this will be mv sin theta by qb. Okay. So this is that radius. So mv sin theta by qb. Now similarly, if you are finding period of revolution for this, t equals to what? That is the total circumference. That is your 2 pi r. Okay, by the velocity. So here, what is the velocity component? That is V sin theta component, which is acting in the perpendicular direction. So 2 pi r by V sin theta. So why I am taking V sin theta? You must be clear, because for this V cos theta component, there is no deflection. Only for the V sin theta, the deflection is taking place, and due to that, the circular motion is possible. So that when the body is moving in the circular path, so its radius can be calculated by this formula what we have derived in the previous case. So mv by qb. Here v is which one? That is the V sin theta component, here perpendicular component of its velocity. Now when you are finding period of revolution, that is 2 pi r by V sin theta. Now this will be equals to, this is 2 pi by V sin theta into, what is r? R equals to here, this is mv sin theta by qb. Okay, now here V sin theta is getting cancelled. So ultimately we are getting, this is 2 pi m by qb. So it was same as what we have seen in case of earlier case. So that is 2 pi m by qb is the time period. Okay, now we find out the pitch of the helix. pitch of the helix or pitch of the helical path. Okay. Now pitch means what? What is the pitch? What is the linear distance covered by the charge? Okay. In one revolution, that will be called as what? It's pitch. Okay. So pitch, what I said? Linear distance covered by the charge during period of revolution. So that's called as a what? Pitch. Now pitch is nothing but a distance, so that's why the pitch when you are finding, so pitch will be equals to, so distance formula you have to use, distance equals what? Speed into time. So here which speed you have to consider, or which component of the velocity you need to consider, that is v cos theta, because due to this component the charge what covers a linear distance, so that's why you have to consider this component. So remember which component you have to take while you are calculating pitch, that's v cos theta. So that's why this is v cos theta into time period of revolution. Now this will be equals to, this is v cos theta into, what is time period's revolution we got, that is 2 pi m by qv. This is the time periods formula. Okay, now this will be equals to, this is 2 pi m v cos theta by qv. So this is the pitch of the helix or the helical path.